So tell us how you first got into music and throwing events.
First getting into music, actually music's always been a part of my life, and did a lot of underground raves in the early 80s. The music culture was so alive back then, and when I finally came out to Los Angeles a few years back, I just realized there wasn't a lot going on that really embraced this like underground, free-willed like culture that I'm so used to when I grew up with. So I started thinking about, how can I put something together that can really make people not think they're at a nightclub, so to speak, but they're going to an event where they can just be free with their expression, their fashion, their ideals, their sexuality, like everything. So music was almost secondary for me, because like it was more about just getting the people to express themselves. The nights that I throw, we don't even post the DJs until like a week or two after we launch an event, and we have 300 to 400 people RSVPing for the events just based on the theme and the love to come out and like share this community sense of like expression and fashion. So we add the music in once we can start getting a feel for who's coming out. It's like kind of the other way around, where some clubs will hire some really amazing DJs and then that will pull a crowd, and then they'll add some decor and things. But I'm all about like atmosphere, creativity, art, and then expression, and then the music comes in and kind of just ties it all together. I have a background in fine arts and architecture and everything, so I was just like, when I go out, it's like, I start like at noon and start thinking about what I'm gonna wear, and then it becomes this whole process of like, okay, it's not just going out now, it's like, get my friends together, and then we all go out shopping, we got all, get all these crafts, and then, we pre-game it, and then just get everything together, and then by the time we make it to the club, it's like probably 1 o'clock in the morning, and we're happy just to get out of the house.
How long have you been in LA?
That's about 6 years. I went out and I was like, God, where are the parties, and I couldn't find that here. It became kind of a party monster thing, and it became kind of a reason to throw parties, because I would have done it in my living room, my house, if I had enough space. But when I was like, okay, well, I have enough people now from my modeling and the things that I was doing prior to throwing parties, which we can get into that if you want, that they were just like, Parrish, what's happening? Where are you going to shoot? What are you going to do? And I'm like, well, I'm going to go to this location. I'm going to dress up. I'm going to bring a bunch of friends, and you can meet me there. And then next thing you know, we have like 100 people, 200 people showing up. And then from club spaces will contact me saying, can you bring the people to my club? And then they pay us just to show up. And then we'd rent a limo and it'd pack it full of like really crazy people. And then it's very party monster vibe. But the whole, again, it's all about just having a reason to go out and have fun and, just bring the community together.
So did you ever think it would be happening on such a, large scale?
I thought that there was enough people that I knew when I started it to really kind of make it a movement. But when I started, when we started like just, packing out some venues and like not having enough space, and I like keep moving the party, I started thinking, okay, this is definitely something that's definitely a culture-based thing where it's always going to grow. As long as I'm coming up with new ideas and new themes for people to kind of fit into, people are going to talk about it and want to come out and join it. So I didn't expect for it to get to where we are now, where it's like thousands of people coming out to a venue, but it just makes me like want to just put so much more into it.
Are you influenced by other festivals, or is it really your own?
I am. Once now that I'm doing a few events now every month, I don't have enough time to go out to other parties so much anymore. But it's really good to go out and see what other people are doing, get ideas. You can't really represent a culture if you're only like doing your own thing. You have to kind of go out there and mingle, see what everyone likes as a promoter. Figure out who the best DJs are, where everyone's going. And so I try to go out at least once a week. I pick the best party I can find on Facebook and go out to it. I'm always thinking like, how can I take these things and put it into a nightclub? I actually moved probably about 10 different venues in the last 4 years. And it is an underground party that I go, sometimes I take it above ground to a legal venue. I don't know if you're saying this, but I'll find a warehouse somewhere downtown, and throw the party in it. So we have a huge following that just people that only go to underground parties that really like the fact that, they can come and just be themselves and, dance until 6 in the morning and not have to worry about, security stopping them for not wearing the right thing at the door, So you can't beat an underground party because it's just pure expression, but it has its headaches, let me tell you. So when I move my party back above ground in a venue like this, I can actually enjoy myself a little bit more. I'm not so stressed that the cops are going to come and bust my party. So you can actually see them sitting down smiling. I wouldn't be doing this if I was doing a warehouse party.
That's what I was going to ask. Are you still doing much underground stuff, or are you really looking to expand and kind of be, more prominent?
It's like we're always expanding, and I think there's a lot more potential to grow above ground, obviously because I can promote. In my underground parties, I don't flyer them. I don't try to tell the world about them because they're kind of like a secret society kind of thing. The benefit to an above ground party is that I can broadcast it on Facebook, flyer, do this interview. So I enjoy this a lot more. But every 6 months you'll find me going back underground, find a spot, throw a party, just to kind of remind all the people that've been following the party for 4 years that it is not about, I guess, the commercialism that can come with some of the above ground promoting. I don't do this for money. Obviously, more money goes into the production of my parties than, in my wardrobe than it goes in my pocket than at night. But I think it's good to kind of just always toggle back and forth and kind of just, keep 1 foot in the underground, 1 foot in above ground.
Did you design this right here?
Last night at midnight until 5 in the morning, I was making this.
How did you make that?
I don't have a sewing machine, so I do everything with safety pins and zip ties and I hand sew. But it's just fur, and I stuffed it. This is automotive lighting. I got a battery this big in my pocket. It's a theme party. I kind of had to step it up.
You're modeling, like you were saying. What's kind of your roots, or what have you done in LA since you've been here?
Well, when I first got to Los Angeles, I was doing a lot of modeling and performances, but it slowed down when I started throwing the parties because there's not enough time to do both. So I'm now trying to incorporate more photography into my party so I can actually shoot again. So a lot of things that I enjoy doing outside of Clubland, I'm trying to pull into my party so I can do my hobbies while I'm at my event, which is kind of a weird kind of multitasking thing that I'm doing. But now I'm coming, dressing up. I'll shoot at my event. I encourage other people to shoot. I have a new event I do on Wednesdays now called the Beat Society, and that's at Dimac Studios. And that's all based around high fashion photography nightclub. And it's kind of dark and creepy and fetishy. But we're really, trying to get people to come out, dress up. It's more about hey, dress up, come out, let's shoot, get some free pictures. Let me help you launch a portfolio, get you into a network with photographers and makeup artists. And then there's the music and the drinks and everything on top of that. So it's going really well. We had, I think, 300 people on the first night, and now we're up to 4. Which is not bad on a Wednesday, and we're hoping we're going to grow it. So
you claim to be an ultrasexual. What is that exactly all about?
Well, there's so many terms, I guess, given to sexuality nowadays, and I feel a lot of these new terms coming up, like a pansexual, or it's still a term to define sexuality. And so, as much as we try to say, "Hey, I'm into everything," sexuality isn't really sex. Or having sex. It's more. It's expression of sexuality, so it's flirtation with everyone, objects, and it's just a way of feeling all the time rather than only when you're in the bedroom kind of thing. So I think a lot of people want to say, "Hey, Parrish, are you bisexual?" That would be a lie, because I don't really think of myself as being attracted to a guy or a girl. I'm just attracted to everything that I see, and if it turns me on, I'm into it. And maybe there is a term for that, but I always thought that if someone can't turn off their sexuality and they're always thinking about sex, then that's kind of an ultrasexual.
All right, well, thanks for talking with me. Do you have any final words?
No, it's been great. Thank you for the interview. And Moses is great, by the way. Thanks. CaliRaves guys are amazing. Want everyone to come out and visit Studio 69. It's a monthly. Usually roughly around the third Friday of every month. It slides around a little bit, but we have a lot of exciting themes coming up, so check out the website, studio69.com or parrishfetish.com, and you can check out the Beat Society as well on Wednesdays, also in Hollywood, and that's the beatsocietyclub.com. So I hope that you guys come out and visit us, and be fun.
Awesome. Thank you. you.